Midwest Old Threshers. You can see on my windshield maybe all the raindrops. It rained last night. It rained at home. It stormed in Mount Pleasant. And we've got all of our canopies set up in our display. Everything's already there. And our awning's out on the camper, our easy up next to the awning. We put our picnic table under is set up. So we're heading down first things first, just to do a little damage control, see if anything was hurt by the storm. I think about 2018 storm came through on Tuesday night, destroyed our canopy at our display. Didn't hurt anything else though. And yeah, they got a lot of wind and rain, it looked like, on the radar last night, and I was 35 miles away at home, not able to do anything about it. So we're heading down there now, see what happened. Got the, you can see out the back window, I got the trailer with my picnic table that we take down and put in our camper for the week back behind us. So here we go, I'll turn the camera back on and get a shot when we get down there and see if everything survived the storm last night. Well, we made it down to the camper. The awning's still up, and the easy up down at the other end is still up, so the breeze must have been enough last night to keep that thing flapping in the wind and keep the rain running off of it. We got the picnic table unloaded, but this picnic table is so damn heavy that we can barely move it, so I'm going to wait until Hank and Delta are here, and then we'll put the picnic table down there underneath the easy up. But at least it's here and unloaded for now. I got a basket full of clothes and stuff and old Greenie to put in the camper, and then once we get that in there, we'll go drop the trailer off at the trailer parking place, and then we'll get up to our display and make sure everything made it through the storm up there. Well, we made it over to our display and everything's still in one piece here. I pulled up here to unload stuff, and immediately I was right in the way of a ground train, so I just had to move over across the road over there. You see the tailgate old Greenie sticking out there. But our awning's still here, and looks like all the engines stayed covered up with the tarps that I put on them, so I think everything's in good shape. Alright, I'm going to see if our old International LB down here on the end will start. See, the first one started in our display this year, but I kind of like to get it running so I can get it belted up to the pump jack, and then I'll know right where the pump jack needs to set, and then I can adjust my sink that it pumps to line everything up. I got to put a little bit of water in it, and then we'll see if it'll fire up. It's not been started since the last day of Old Threshers last year. Gotta get a little water. I can do it with one hand with this bucket, but the other three I got on here are as heavy as a 5-gallon bucket full of water before you fill them up, so I'll have to use both hands for those, but I'll get all three of those filled up to start filling all of our engines up with water. Alright, I checked the oil on this thing. It's full of water, it's full of gas. We'll see if it'll start. It'll probably either one of two things. It'll start right up, no problem whatsoever, or that fuel line will be plugged and it'll be a pain to get it going. One of the two. Open the fuel about 3/4 of a turn, and hold the choke shut and give it a couple cranks and see if it fires. Well, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. One crank after sitting for a whole year. There we go. Another engine will sit there and run. That's usually the first one I start in the morning. I fill it clear full of gas about 8 o'clock in the morning when we get up here. And it'll sit there and running this pump and pumping water in that sink till 6 o'clock in the afternoon when we get ready to go eat dinner. I'll get a little shot of this after I get it all belted up and put together. There we go. Old LB sitting there running. cranking my homemade pump water in the sink. Looks like there's still some soap suds residue in there from last year. Good old engine. We're on all day long, every day, pumping water clear through the whole show, 5 days in a row. So this is Wednesday of Old Threshers. It's the day before it actually officially starts. So my job today is every one of my engines that we have belted to something, like that's Delta's engine and it runs that air compressor. That air compressor goes to my bubble maker here for the kids to come by and play in bubbles. Everything I've got that is belted to something, I'm going to try to get uncovered today and belted to it and running, so I know the belts are running through and staying on. So I've got Delta's engine, the Lawson, Hank's John Deere. Those will all be belted to something. Let's see what else we got down here at this end. Our monitor water pump, and that gets belted up to the Satley engine down here. That's my niece Atlee's engine. All these engines, every one of the ones that I say is like my sons and my daughters and my nieces, because my dad, every time one of his grandchildren was born, gave them one of his gas engines from our collection, so that each one of them has their own engine on display here. So I think that'll be it for the ones that are belted. The Satley to that pump, the John Deere goes to our big gear reduction thing up here, the old Lawson just gets belted up to this neat old speed jack, and then Delta's motor gets belted up to that air compressor. So if I get all those done, once I got that done, my chore for today is done. Then I can just start uncovering the other engines, getting a few more of them going, and whatever I don't have going by the end of the day today will fire up tomorrow morning. I'll shut the LB back off here. I got my bubble maker. I didn't put any water or anything in it yet, but I got Delta's motor belted up. It's a 1916 Fuller & Johnson 1.5 horse. Got it belted up to the air compressor. We're going to start it up to make sure the belt stays on track and everything. Well, let's see how this one will start after setting for a year. Turn my grease cups each a little bit, and I'll hit it with an oiler once I got it running and go around it with an oil can. I've got the drip oiler already going. Ah, shit, I don't have a battery in here yet. Let me go grab a battery. I think this battery will fit in there. Trying to do two-handed things with one hand while I'm recording. Yeah, there we go. Pick up the battery cables. That's just for the spark ignition. We got a rubber pad on the lid of the toolbox. When the toolbox shut, if it did get smashed down somehow, it wouldn't short the battery out. Let's see if this one will start after setting for a year. I've only got a couple of engines down here that haven't been setting an entire year since they were ran last, so every one of them is kind of a cold start after a year of setting here. That's not too bad either. That's about how this one always starts, though. Whether it's been sitting a long time or been off for 5 minutes, it starts just about the same. And if it doesn't, that means the igniter's sooted up a little bit and needs to be taken out and cleaned. don't know if this will pick it up, but I can hear it blowing air in there. Well, here, we'll grab a bucket of water and dump in there quick. Well, I didn't put any soap in there yet, but you get the idea. It's just basically a manifold for air bubbles come out of in there. When you put a whole bunch of dish soap in there and it starts making bubbles. Tomorrow, I'll actually try it out, see how well it makes bubbles, so we'll get a little shot of it then. But so far, we're 2 for 2 starting good. They're not all going to be that easy, I guarantee you. Well, I forgot to grab the camera, so we're 3 for 3 so far. Thanks, John Deere fired right up. About three compressor strokes, fired right off. I always belt that up to this. It's just 2 old speed jacks that we had, and we welded one on top of the other. We call it our gear reduction pan. Dad made this sign years ago. Cooling station, enjoy the breeze. It goes from about, I don't know, I think that engine's probably running about 500, 550 RPM down to barely turning that fan blade up there. I guess I'll keep going. The next one will probably be the John Lawson straight across from there. Keep working my way down. Now we're going to see if I can get the 1909 Lawson to fire up. I did have it running a few weeks ago at home, but it sat out here last night and my tarp that I had over it blew back in here, and it sat here getting rain on the coil the whole night. I dried it off. I think it's probably going to be all right. We'll see if it'll fire up now. That wasn't too bad either, but I kind of expected that, just having it running a couple weeks ago. I'd have been pretty surprised if it didn't kick right off. My dad just got back from getting us some elk burgers for lunch, so I'm going to go grab a bite to eat. Well, I got all of them on this end of the display that I belted anything, welded up and running, so I moved on to some that I'm not belting up the stuff. I had the John Deere from, what, 1 or 2 videos ago, maybe 3 videos ago now. I had that one running. It started right up. Got the monitor pump jack engine sitting here running. It started right up. That video, I did a whole video series on that. I can put a link to that in the description. And then we got Willis's Blizzard engine sitting there running. It fired right up too. So far, everything's going way too smooth. I'm going to hit something pretty soon that fights me for an hour before I get it going. Well, things are starting to come together here. Getting it a little more organized, looking a little more like our normal display here. Got the old painting started. That one caught me more than anything else, so it's pretty new spark plug in it. Kind of got it going. Got the 1910 4-horse Fairbanks Morris Type H going down here. It's been running for a couple hours now. It started right up. So yeah, the worst that I've had so far is one that I had changed the spark plug in. Doing pretty good so far. I'm going to shut stuff down here in a few minutes and go see if I can get my engines registered and my vehicles registered, and then maybe run through the swap tent and see the for sale stuff. Okay, it's Wednesday evening. Still up here at our display. I have been working all day long getting engines running. We've been here since about 10 o'clock this morning at the display, and it's 8:35 at night now, and I'm still working on getting engines running. I've had almost all the engines running in it. I got my 1909 Lawson sitting out here running now. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up. It's pretty dark up here. It's just in the display. Got an old 1923 Fairbanks North 6-inch auto. It's about 90 degrees out here still, so. And I got my lights going up here in the canopy. Got my old Delco generator sitting down here running. I still got a little bit of cleaning and putting more to do. I'm getting pretty much getting my display set up the way it'll be for the next 5 days. I've got every engine running on my display except Cutler Fairbanks V that's tucked back there, kind of in the shadows. 3-horse performance gearing M, and our Cutler. I'll have to get those 3 running tomorrow, but everything else I have running. I'm probably going to sit down and relax for about a half hour here before I shut everything off and head back to the camp. Well, Thursday afternoon, first official day of the show. Everything's up and running. Bubble makers making bubbles. They're blowing all over the place here. There's been kids up here playing in them. Had all of our engines running, but 2 of them. I got 2 that I'm holding off right now. Got some lanterns hanging up here. I'm holding off on this little headless Fairbanks Morris. That's my Uncle Bob's motor, so I'm going to wait till he's here tomorrow morning and make him help me start that one. And then this old McCormick Deering M down here on the end, 3-horse. My 2 older kids like starting that engine, so I got it ready. They can start it. Probably not tonight when they get here, but tomorrow they'll be able to start that one up. Well, the wife and kids are almost to Mount Pleasant, so I'm heading out to the camper now on the old Jeep. Go out there to pick them up when they get here. Got the Model A parked over there, ready for the concert tonight. Oak Ridge Boys farewell tour. We're gonna watch them tonight. In the back of the Model A. Going out of the way, I'm going to go off the side gate, but I figured I'd zoom over this way and show some of the tractors and steam engines over here. Well, it's Friday afternoon. The rain has arrived. The engines that are running, I just left running. If it dies, I'll come put the can over the stack. I covered up anything that wasn't running that's got a magneto on it, just keep the magnetos dry. I made a custom magneto cover for the Cutler to keep the rainwater off of it. We'll just let it run. Little Clinton motors, we just kept right on going. If it dies, once it cools down a little bit, I'll throw a rubber tarp over it. But the engines that don't have a magneto, I don't worry too much about them. A little rainwater ain't gonna hurt them. I'm sure it's not the first time they've ever been rained on. Got the old 1909 Lawson. It's been sitting down here running since early this morning. The LB, like I said, that's the first one I start using. It's been running all day. It doesn't care that it's getting rained on. Then I came out here in the rain and started up the Novo. We'll let it sit here and run for a while. Willis's motor, the Wizard, I did a video on that a couple years ago, and the condenser failed in it. So Dad's bringing down a new condenser tomorrow to change that out. The old 4-horse, it doesn't care that it's getting rained on, doesn't hurt its feelings any. And we got my Model A sitting over there. We threw a tarp over Dad's Jeep, got it angled so that the water will run off of it. We got the windows closed up on all the rest of the trucks. Dad's Model A, old Carl, and my 61 Chevy. They're all got the windows covered up. Rain ain't gonna hurt them any. It washed a little bit of the old Threshers dust off of them. Well, folks, it's Saturday evening. I got busy and didn't record anything today, but you can kind of see there's my 61 Chevy. There's old Carl. That's Dad's Model A. I don't know if any of this will actually pick up on the screen, but got busy today and didn't record anything. There's the Jeep. You can just see the glare of the headlights. And the Model A. It might show up a little better on the screen than it does right now. But I got all the lanterns that I brought down there this year going again. We're just going to do a walk right down the middle here. Sitting on top of the hit and miss motors down here. Brought 7 Coleman lanterns and 4 old kerosene lanterns. I'm getting right with it. I need to turn that down a little bit. Getting a little carried away there, Ambry. Anchor Delta is still sitting up here. The concert just got over, so I can finally record something. Got a little Harbor Freight generator charging batteries. We brought it down here for to use as a battery charger this year. Yeah. 2 more Coleman lanterns sitting down here. And then we've still got our 1909 Lawson hitting this engine sitting here running tonight. I'll let it run until I'm ready to step out of the display and go back to the camper tonight, and then I'll set it off and put the can over the stack on it. I'll try to remember to get the can out and record something in the daylight tomorrow. Well, it's Sunday afternoon. We're still over here in our display. Dad loaded up his Model A and took it home today. Still got 61 and the 66 down there, and Dad's Jeep and my Model A. They're still sitting over here. Nice day. Water pump, that's been running since about 7:45 this morning, and I'm not positive what time. It's 4:25 now, so that's got to be running out of gas pretty soon. I grabbed the camera because I came down here to put the cover back on the side of the Wicco mag on Willis's engine, and when I got down here, I looked over here, and this Fairbanks Morris engine has just started to boil. The little dishpan Fairbanks Morris, hit and miss, and it's been running so long today that it's finally just about starting to boil. which I don't have very much water in it. The water's only an inch over the top of the cylinder, but that's pretty impressive to get a hidden missile engine to a boil, basically just sitting there idling. Water pump's still pumping down here. Cutler and Johnson's still blowing bubbles in the bubble tub. That's been a big hit. Today it's windy enough that as soon as the bubbles get an inch past the top of it, they're gone. They get caught in the wind and blow away. Okay, I'm going to get the cover put back on the Magneto of the Wizard. I had to replace the condenser in it. It lost spark on me. So it's got a fresh, brand new condenser now. Well, it's Monday morning down at Old Threshers, last day of the show. Everything's already starting to pack up. Dad came over to pick us up in the Jeep, and we're heading around from the southwest corner back up to our display this morning. Okay, we're back at our display. Get some engines fired up for the day, and then this afternoon we'll be packing up and getting ready to head out of here. Things are winding down. Some people pulled out last night. There's several empty spots here. They don't let us in with our trailers till 3 o'clock today, so we still put on a show till about 2. There's still people to buy a one-day pass for this day, so we still go ahead and keep our stuff running till 2. Whatever's running now, when it runs out of gas, it'll be done for the day. But we'll still have a few engines running right up until about 2 or 2:30 when we leave to go get the trailer. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Another successful year down at Midwest Old Threshers. Weather was decent. Had a couple hot days, one rainy day, but the weekend's been great. Like I always say, if you enjoy the content we're putting out and you want to help support our channel, the best way you can do that is when the ads come up, just let them play. If it's a really long ad, let the first 30 seconds play. That's enough to make it count. We appreciate each and every one of the views that we get. Thanks for watching, folks. Come on back next week. We'll have a video of something here for you to watch.